I die today, I'ma go and get some money. If I die today, I'ma go and get some money. If I die today, if I die today.
Cold flows for a cold mind, see a new world, but I'm so blind. Kick rocks when your time's up, better start digging like a coal mine. Cold heart, seen cold times, it's a bold move, but the sunshine raise up when you...
Good morning, Cardano family. It's your boy Satoshi Boomin coming at you with yet another video, guys. Go ahead, do all the things the algorithm likes. We got Leon Jackson II, C Vel, Angelatopia, CryptoSVET.si, Bocci, FAIRUZ, Dan Anthony Andrews, and Maryland for Crypto. Thank you so much for your wonderful support, guys. Click the link down below. I just got some water locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's get this show started. And bam, we got Charles Hoskinson coming out and saying it's a bear market. Now, I've been saying it's a bear market for a while now, but by saying that it's a bear market doesn't mean it's necessarily bad, all right? I've said this yesterday, I'm going to say it again. Every rich person you talk to say that millions are made when prices are down and when there's quote-unquote blood in the streets. Here's what to do next. But before we get on to that, Charles has been on attack mode on Twitter, man. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I like it that he calls out BS, but he doesn't have to call out BS every single time. Like, you know, once, twice a month is all right, but do be all one. It's funny and it works for content, but I mean, it's all right, Charles. We're gonna make it. Somebody says, and the price keeps dropping, like a paint chip brigade person. Of course, there's always that one person. There's gonna be that one person in my comment section today talking about the price of Cardano when every other crypto is dropping. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, it's called a bear market. This is what happens. Nothing changes it. No announcement will make a difference. I agree. Cardano could cure cancer, give you a 10-inch dick. Give you a personal poker playing robot that also drives grandma to church on the weekends, and we'd still fall. I would agree. All right, guys, it's just a bear market. It's just the way the ecosystem works. Now, what I'm going to do and what you're going to do can be two different things, guys. You don't have to do what I do. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to load up on all the cryptos that I had my eye on when they were at all-time highs. If nothing fundamentally changes with those projects, then I'm just going to load up on them because I truly do believe in crypto for the long haul. Focusing on coins that offer staking, focusing on coins that offer yield like Cardano. Now's the time to yield farm. Now's the time to get all those coins staking. Now's the time to participate in these ISPOs. Shout out to coins. Now's the time to load up on interest-bearing cryptos so that you can take advantage of all of what crypto has to offer. When prices are down, you're going to want to get crypto. You're going to want to get more crypto. Okay? For example, let's just say, I don't know, we predict that Cardano could get to $5 in the next bull run. Okay? If we think that Cardano could get to $5 in the next bull run, it might behoove you that when prices are low to get 10,000 Cardano, to get 100,000 Cardano, to get 500,000 Cardano, when the prices are low enough for you to do so. Same thing with Vechain. We hope that Vechain can get to 50 cents during the next bull run. So, maybe 2 million Vechain might be a good target. If you truly believe in crypto. If you don't believe in crypto, if you think crypto's dead forever, then by all means sell everything and, go into stocks, or I don't know what you would do. Go into cash. I don't know. But if you believe that crypto is going to be around for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, then now's the time to load up. So that's what I do in a bear market. There you go. Moving on. I wanted to play this here, short little clip here from the Lex Fridman podcast, guys. I love Lex Fridman. I love Charles Hoskinson. We're going to be talking about Hydra. Okay. Charles is going to explain Hydra. We're in Basho right now. We're in the scaling phase of Cardano right now. So he's going to give us a little bit more insight on Hydra versus the Lightning Network. Now, the Lightning Network is the Bitcoin scaling solution network, the Bitcoin sidechain. So let's see what Charles has to say. This is about what? How long ago was this? 10 months ago? Great interview, 5 hours long, absolutely insane. I watched the whole thing. It was amazing. Let's take a look what Charles has to say.
There's a bunch of different technical aspects I want to ask you about on the Cardano side. So first, maybe on the scaling side, what is Hydra? How does Hydra compare to other different ideas for scalability like rollups?
Yeah.
Main trade-offs with respect to security, UX, and anything else you want to talk about?
You have to have a little bit more energy, Lex. Come on.
You know what I need? I need that Coke machine that you mentioned, the thing that converts water to cocaine.
To cocaine from Director Bullock. we'll leave this in, right?
Yeah.
Isomorphic state channels. That's a great topic, right? There's a word salad of cryptographic terms. Whether Lightning, Hydra, rollups, any of these things, really what you're trying to do is say, okay, if I do it on layer 1, it's slow and expensive. What I'm going to do is batch something somehow, some way, and then do it in a different system where it's fast and cheap. And what I'm doing with that is I'm losing some of the security guarantees of the base layer and admitting a slight higher degree of centralization. But then I get super fast settlement, I get super low cost transactions, and potentially I may even be able to get distributed computing, meaning that instead of having the smart contracts run in a replicated system, they can run on a single node like a stake pool, and their stuff is different from the other guy's stuff. So you go from a system of capacity of whatever it is to a system of N for the totality of all the stake pools. So basically Hydra is just the next generation of that, when you have the ability to tinker with the accounting model, and the layer 2 solution is co-designed with the layer 1 solution. So it's like what Lightning would have been had Lightning been co-developed when Bitcoin came out. There would have been special provisions made in Bitcoin specifically to accommodate Lightning, and it would have made it very easy for you then to move inside the system, outside of the system, and have security properties preserved, like availability, for example, or fraud resistance. Say, oh, you can't steal the money, or these types of things. Where things get really complex, and this is why Hydra is novel over Lightning, is when you want to move beyond payments to state management. Okay, so payments are just, I want to move between Alice to Bob as quickly as possible, as low cost as possible. So for example, I have a micro tipping application like Change Tip on Twitter, or, like a video, I'm watching a YouTube video, like maybe this video in the future, and people really like it. And they click tip and you get 5 cents or something like that. Okay, so that's an example of a perfect payment application, and that's great. But what happens when you actually have a rich smart contract like a DEX, or, you want to do a video game or something like that. You want to run that off chain. But then there's some reconciliation on-chain that happens. So a state channel basically lets you do that. But it's a lot more complicated, and there's a lot more to think about. So Hydra basically just has in its design a collection of ideas of how to do that. And the current paper is for a single head. The next thing you do is composition. So you go multiple heads, and there's a routing protocol between them. And then eventually create these tail protocols for when things get asynchronous. So instead of always being aligned and always being available, what happens if they die for a bit and then they come back? And you can create all kinds of guarantees that your funds won't be lost or locked forever, or things like that. There's a failure recovery mode for this type of stuff. And basically the idea is leverage what Lightning has already achieved with Bitcoin, but then take advantage of the fact that you have a more expressive accounting model and a more expressive programming model, so you can just physically do more, and you can put more crypto inside that thing. Now contrast it with rollups. Really, that is just saying you're going to take something, batch a bunch of transactions together, and you're going to generate a proof. And then what you can do is whenever you see some part of that history, you can check it against that proof that's rolled up. And there's closely related concept of recursive snarks that you'll see a lot. There's things like the Mina protocol or other things. And basically the idea is that whenever you see something, you can always generate 2 proofs, an existential proof that the coins exist, and a non-existence of a double spend. So you can always check those 2 properties. And the proof is verifiable in logarithmic time, ideally. So you can have giant amounts of data, but it's very small. The actual proof is concise, okay? So they're just different boats for different floats. The advantage of a layer 2 network where there's actual channels and there's interaction and there's service providers is the channels can eventually scale in the collection of things that they can do, and eventually they can become interoperability networks between cryptocurrencies. So at some point we could modify the Bolt spec and make it somewhat interoperable with Hydra. And then what you could happen is you could use it as a bridge to actually do cross-chain traffic and send transactions between the systems. You don't really think about that too much when you're talking about rollups. That's more of optimizing what you have within the system.
Within the chain. So
Yeah.
what can you elaborate how it's possible?
So again, making it more scalable for more complex problems. That's basically what Hydra is doing, allowing side chains to come in, allowing you to reference data if there is a node down or something, so that you don't lose funds. All that stuff is being worked on in that blockchain triad that I always talk about: scalability, security, and decentralization. Okay, so Cardano's trying to solve those problems, and great explanation by Charles here. Let's go ahead and move on, guys. Shout out to OneCom, ticker symbol 1COMM. Guys, you guys know the drill. Delegate your crypto to small stake pool operators. It's imperative you do so for the decentralization of the Cardano ecosystem. Let's get these delegators up. They produce blocks each and every epoch. And also make sure you follow them on Twitter for crypto news and notes and updates. Let's move on. All right, guys, we got EMURGO here. Shout out to them. We got the public testnet now live. So we've been following their development for a while now. Congratulations to the whole community. There will be a reward. So save your test wallet seed phrases and stay tuned for the details. So this is going to be awesome. The wallets you can use are Nami, Yoroi, Eternal, Jiro, Flint, and C Wallet. Let's take a look at it real quick. EMURGO never works for me. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's not working. I don't know why. Maybe I have too much stuff running on my computer. My computer is not a potato. Sure, the graphics card could be better, but it's serviceable. So I don't know what's going on. I don't want it to really freeze up my computer, so I'm gonna hop off here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and close that. EMURGO, please. I just want to use your product. EMURGO has never worked for me, but shout out to them. I still like them. Sorry guys, I wanted to show you that, but it doesn't work. Moving on. God. Shout out to Tim Harrison, guys. And I wholeheartedly agree. First they ignore you, then they laugh, then they fight, then they farm engagement from you, then you win. Indeed. I wholeheartedly agree, guys. Now's the time to buckle in. Now's nut cutting time. Now's the time to dig in. All of the fakers have left. If they haven't left, they are leaving now, which leaves the people that remain. Alright, guys. I love my Cardano family. Donate to the Patreon. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow with the Vechain and Cardano update. Shout out to OneCom, Coins. Let's go. Bye.